Today we're showing you Grandeur of the Seas. Royal Caribbean's smallest and oldest ship will be going from top to bottom. Hi, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Marshall.
And welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe because we share ships, trips, and tips all about cruising.
So let's get started on Grandeur. We start at the top Viking Crown Lounge on deck 11.
I like all the windows here, and there was plenty of seating too, which is nice.
Now, our last ship tour was Allure of the Seas, and that doesn't have, the Oasis class doesn't have this area, and I miss it.
Yeah, I love this like older classic style. The bar there, like sort of in the center, and the seating all around.
Right, and Grandeur did some nice upgrades compared to some of their sister ships. You'll see the sign for Izumi, but there was also the Suite Lounge, and the sign for Izumi is pointing us this way. And check out this specialty restaurant and the views.
Amazing. And we went there when the restaurant wasn't open, so you can see there aren't any people here at the moment, but the views are fantastic. There's a lot of seating, not only here in this spot, but then all around overlooking the Viking Crown Lounge.
I was very impressed, and this may be the best Izumi restaurant that I've seen across the fleet.
It's very well laid out, and I feel like there's so much more. Now I'm thinking about Enchantment of the Seas. I'm like, they should do this on Enchantment because it's lacking in specialty restaurants, and Grandeur, even though it's smaller, has more features.
I agree. Okay, moving one deck below. This is in the front of the ship, and you'll see the kids area, starting with the arcade. I'm so used to you saying, wow, that's a really large arcade, but you're not saying it here. It was pretty small. And on the other side is the Adventure Ocean area, and we don't need to use that, but it was really great to read the profiles of all the staff there. They're very well child-centered, the staff.
And out to the sun deck on deck 10. This was a gorgeous day too.
Yes. Now, while we were putting this together, I was like, why are these small ships just feel like there's more room? And I was looking at this, and if you look at the chairs around this whole sun deck, they're only on one side, and they're many times removed away from the walking or the running track. And I've been on a number of ships, and I'm sure you remember, where they have chairs on either side of the running track, and you're facing other people. But here, if you're on the sun deck, you're facing the ocean without a line of chairs on the other side. I love this.
Yeah, so even though it's the smallest ship, it actually doesn't feel small. You don't feel cramped, which is nice. Overlooking the pool deck, which is deck 9.
We've been on Vision class ships, and I never really picked up on this. And that's where I said, I'm like, there's just less chairs up on the sun deck. It's really nicely spaced. Now we're about midship, as you can see from our location marker, and right up above you can see the Viking Crown Lounge from the outside.
That's why the views are so great in there.
Yes. And we've harped that this is actually the smallest ship in the fleet, but there's a lot of walking to do if you want to walk around the entire ship.
I missed that chessboard.
And hidden in the way back you'll see a glimpse of it, is next to chessboard. Well, got to take a look at the view in the back, but that's where you have the rock climbing wall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would make it feel like you're kind of out in the ocean when you're up top, wouldn't it?
Yes. Now you can't get around it if the rock climbing wall is closed, so we're just going to double back to the other side here. This would be the entire sports court if they called it that. So this ship does not have a typical sports court, but it does have an area for games in the back.
But no pickleball or basketball. So we're still on deck 10.
And another view of the pool deck from the other side.
Looks pretty inviting right now.
Yes. Well, let's get down to deck 9 in a moment. Here we go. Again, we're starting forward, and on this class of ship, that means
The Windjammer.
a welcoming Windjammer dance.
He was funny. He's a good dancer, actually.
Yes.
The Windjammer is the buffet that is included in your cruise fare. Lots of options. And decent seating.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the largest Windjammer. It's on a smaller ship, but good views, makes it feel more airy. And again, a little different that it's in the front of the ship. A lot of times the Windjammer, the buffets tend to be, yes, in the back.
In the back. If you were seated in the very front of the Windjammer, it was a bit warm there, I noticed. So we tended to eat. We'll show you where it is, but there's some outdoor seating. Kind of outdoor.
We like the temperature there, and it was also very close to something else. Stay tuned.
Filming this in the morning.
Well, that must have been the omelet station,
Yes.
and that was stir fry in the afternoons and
Yes.
evening. So you could pick your own vegetables, and they would stir fry it for you.
Didn't they have a pasta bar there one night too?
Probably.
I think so.
It's definitely make your own specialty area.
Now we would come out here with our plate. Over on the left, and there were some table and chairs. There we go. This is where we would sit.
And as I mentioned, it was probably the temperature that just worked out to be right next to the ice cream. You'll notice on Royal, a couple different things on the pool deck. The ice cream is not self-service. The way it keeps it cleaner, but I know some people like to just be really heavy on the pour, but you can ask them for a large ice cream if you wanted to. That's the pool bar leading to what you said was very inviting, and it was.
This is one of those gradual entry pools, right? It looked like it from that guy sitting over there.
Certainly there's a big shelf area
Oh.
where you can definitely hang out. I don't know if you eventually will get to a ladder or not, but it's very relaxing.
I'm afraid to say how I feel, to know I let you down. These late nights turn to days, don't wanna let you down. With each breath we give away, it'll never be the same.
Now we're entering the Solarium, which is the adults only area.
Who won't ever I don't want half.
It was, I would say, noticeably quieter.
Yes.
Here. Another bar.
If it's only half of your heart.
A lot of glass in this area and fully enclosed. So if the weather was cold or rainy, you still had this area to yourself to get into the water and to not be exposed to the elements.
And then back here, there's the Park Cafe.
Again, small ship, not a gigantic place, but a nice assortment of hot and cold items most of the day.
And then over on the other side, there was another little station. Table and chairs. Filled up actually at mealtime, so. And then people played cards at those tables throughout the day. So those tables were often full. Back to the spa.
Yeah, as we start going through the spa and you're taking a look at it, I do want to revisit that this being a smaller ship, you didn't have the slides, so it was more of an older, mature clientele there. So there were a lot more card playing, less kids around. There's definitely a different feel than some of the larger ships.
It's also January, so kids are in school.
Mm-hmm.
There are saunas on the ship, one for men, one for women.
Yep.
And they are free to use. Not everybody knows about that. Up the stairs to the gym.
Yes. Now you can get through to the gym on deck 11, but you need to go outside. There's some doors you may or may not see. But most everyone goes through the spa, up the stairs to a small but well-equipped gym area.
I thought the machines were pretty close together, but yeah. Here's my machines. I did not have a view.
Oh.
That was my view in the mirrors.
Right, a view of yourself.
That's the gym.
I know, not like I said, small.
Yeah. Did the job though.
Now, with all of our tours, I don't think you and I have ever pointed out that for Royal Caribbean, they're one of the very few lines that actually have a paid lifeguard staff, which, thank goodness, I've never seen them have to go in action, but I think it's a pretty smart thing to have someone just keeping tabs of everybody in the pool.
Yep. As long as the pool is open, there's a lifeguard there.
Little table tennis ping pong going on. And back to the other side of the pool deck. And you can see that they have their large TV on the front, and they were showing movies and football games, so it was well used. Now this is still on deck 9, and I'm just showing you the elevators in the area looking down into the centrum. And nothing too much in public spaces on the next few decks, but they did have seating, and we're going to just take a quick jog around the seating areas on these different decks.
When there was stuff going on at the centrum, there were people on each of these levels looking down at like the game or the singing or whatever, so it was fun. That lady was always cleaning.
And we were very thankful. So again, you can see the hallways to some of the cabins, but then again, around the centrum, you had all this extra area to watch what was going on. Okay, now we're on a full public deck, so we're starting in the front, and we're going to the theater.
Palladium Theater. This is the balcony level of the theater.
I always find the theaters in vision class being very light and airy. Now as we walk back further, just a quick little gander at some of the artwork. Small ship, large art installations. Mm-hmm. But as you go back from the theater, working backwards, you hit the whole shop area. Lots of stores going one into the other besides just getting through to the hallway. So the flow's really pretty good through all those stores.
Yeah, I think that helps to eliminate congestion too.
Okay, we're heading out into the centrum area. And first up is
Cafe Latitudes, is that what they call
I think
this?
that's what they call it on
Yeah.
the ship also.
Latitudes, however. I liked the seating here too, because you could sort of pay attention to what's going on at the centrum while seeing the ocean views.
Yes.
So that was nice. Into the schooner bar.
Now this schooner bar was a nice schooner bar, but they had Perry Grant, which I've learned that is pretty famous in Royal, but also Celebrity Cruise Line. So if you're familiar with him, he was there every night, holding down court with his piano and other gimmicks, and people loved it.
Yep. Now this is a specialty restaurant, so it's an upcharge. This is Giovanni's table.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's our table.
Yeah.
We had our anniversary there.
Yeah, that was a good meal.
Special meal and good.
Yeah.
So back out to the schooner bar, going further in the back. And we have another venue area. Was this one called the South Pacific Lounge?
South Pacific, yep.
And as usual, we always tend to do our filming when it's taken over by something and you can see all the artwork. So there must have been an auction that had been going on.
This was a fun place to go though. They had karaoke, they had different dancing games and stuff. We actually ended up participating one night. It was fun.
It may have been the longest conga line at least I've been in on.
And then, we're not going into the Diamond Lounge yet.
I think we're faking out the audience. We'll get there.
The views were spectacular from this lounge. Now we're going into the lounge. So this is for Diamond, Diamond Plus, and Pinnacle. It was kind of a small lounge.
Yeah.
I only went in there once to get a cappuccino or something, and that was it.
It was a wah wah.
Yeah.
We've been to better Crown lounges.
Yeah. But, it is what it is. But I will say in the South Pacific Lounge, Jeffrey, the bartender there, he was so nice, so good at what he does.
Yeah, staff on this ship was top notch. So Jeffrey was great. We also got drinks at the schooner bar from Ursula, and we'll talk more and more about our wait staff on other videos.
Yeah, we'll probably do a like and dislike for Grandeur. But yeah, where are we now?
We're at Chop's Grill. We
Oh.
just have to go back to the elevators, and this is on the other side of where the schooner bar is, but on the other side, and another specialty restaurant.
That's what surprised me so much about Grandeur being a small ship, but still having specialty restaurants.
Yep.
Which is nice. I like that. I would go on Grandeur again.
Absolutely.
The photo gallery.
Yep. We are just taking a look at the centrum now that we're almost getting, or at least getting closer to the bottom of the centrum. And they were doing, I think, Captain's Corner when we were filming this.
That staircase behind the stage is unique, I think.
Yes. Now, no digital video or photos here, so you get to see your printed photos. And then we're going to head to deck 5.
No, deck 5, you can go all the way around the ship on this deck and look at the floors.
I'm looking.
Teak floors, so beautiful. I really feel like, isn't that unique to Grandeur also?
Yeah, they have gotten away from the actual wood floors, and trust me, we're not going to take you completely around, but we've walked it multiple times. It's wood completely around the ship. It's very impressive.
And look at this. When you get to the very front of the ship, you can see some of the inner workings of the action. There's the anchor. I don't know, I just was standing there, was looking at it all. It's so much bigger than what I imagined it would be.
Yeah, these newer ships, either you're not allowed up there or all of that is underneath the helideck. So you're walking on top of it. It was kind of fun to see the machinery.
Yeah, I feel like the helipad is on top of it.
Yeah, on a lot of the mid-sized ships.
Yep. Bunch of unique little features on Grandeur.
Classic old school sailing ship.
Yeah.
Okay, we've come inside and we're in the front of the ship, so back to the theater to give everybody a view of what it looks like on the main floor.
It's nice because there's no stairs, so it provided more options for people with mobility issues. I like that. The seats were very comfortable, and the cup holders actually hold the cup.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Yeah, this theater reminded me of Enchantment of the Seas theater. Coming out of the theater, you go into the casino.
See, I think Royal Caribbean casinos all have the same feel, and honestly, it's the size of the ship dictates how much room. So this had a typical casino feel, but it was smaller than a lot of the ships we've been on.
I will say too, I think the HVAC is not as perfected as the ventilation in newer ships, so you could definitely smell the cigarette smoke.
And we were a little disappointed that the Giving Pigs, a particular machine, was not there.
Nope. So we have guest services that we just passed.
And the loyalty desk was over on the left as we have more seating and more open windows to the ocean.
Yeah, the loyalty desk has the Crown and Anchor ambassador there during certain hours of the day and evening.
And then it takes us to the back, and here's a live look of the dinner service.
Deck 4.
Now this is a smaller deck. You have rooms up in the front, and then the pretty much starts right at the centrum. So you're getting a good look at the centrum's main floor.
And I think when when you first embark onto the ship, you come right onto Deck 4. So this will be your first entry point. And then the dining room
Yes.
is on Decks 5 and 4.
And this just gets you a look at it, not in the middle of dinner service, so you can get a sense of the layout and the decor. And then we will spin to the other side of the centrum.
Seating everywhere, really, which is nice.
Captain and cruise director and others are still holding down the conversation there. And at night, the fun happens in the centrum.
Yes.
So this was the 70s party. And I did not catch a flying light. They were throwing things out to the audience.
See, having that stairway behind the stage gives a lot of options.
So we hope you enjoyed this ship tour. We're finishing it back on the teak deck on Deck 5 and in the back. Give you a sense of what you can be doing, relaxing after a long day at sea.
And the stars are gorgeous.
Yes.